All right, Tuesday afternoon, and it's the post-Memorial weekend. So it was a big party day, maybe, or just a day off of relaxation yesterday, being that yesterday was Memorial Day. Um, and just tuning in here. I do kind of like the backdrop. I like the green curtain with the radiating sunlight coming through the window, matching the green paint on the wall, and my shirt. So the theme is green apparently today, and it's a nice sunny day, late May. Hey, of Georgia. So that's my rhyme, busting it out there for you, improv style. Yes, and again, just getting started. I don't really have anything to talk about per se. This is pretty random. I didn't have a whole lot of stuff going on late in the afternoon, so I figured it would be a good time to jump on the podcast. And I've been sending out my resume. I've been doing that a little bit today. It's actually doing that over the weekend, and then just touching some applications up today. I don't know what's happening with that. I don't really know that I want to be committed to something really trying. I don't know where to go. I'm always kind of considering restaurant work because that's just what I've done considerable amount of in the past, and working as a waiter, I'm experienced with that, competent at it, and I enjoy it. Although at the same time, I'm getting older. I feel like sometimes I do have sort of a little bit of coinciding with others, staff members. Sometimes I like my efficiency, I like my demeanor, I like what I bring to the table, and sometimes that does conflict with like coworker sentiment, sometimes even with management sentiment. Sometimes my demeanor and my approach to things, sometimes that does conflict with customer expectations as well. 9 out of 10 times I am pleasing, satisfying those that I am in contact with, but it is the 10%, roughly speaking, that sometimes there's just a little bit of a gripe, and that's those gripes can sometimes turn into like damning events. And anyway, so that's just something that I have to consider as I think about working as a waiter at a restaurant, or working in a bartending capacity at a restaurant, or even a managerial capacity, which I really don't know that I want to be a manager. I like kind of having some responsibilities that are managerial in aspect, but like just being the overseer of the ops, maybe not. But I don't love the idea of having to work in a restaurant either. I want to do other things. Like I want to maybe just work from home. I'd like to maybe be out of the house working a few days a week while also being able to accomplish a lot of tasks and pipeline fulfillment. I'd like to have that available to me here at the house. So, I've been looking at some event jobs, like where you're kind of a brand ambassador, working at some trade shows. I don't know exactly what responsibilities are involved with that, but sort of leaning in towards like a sales role, being a spokesperson, and just a do-all type of individual at these trade shows. Have a lot of experience working in the trade shows. I've done the bartending thing all throughout the downtown Atlanta circuit, and that's cool. And I hope to continue to do those downtown bartending trade show events. They're great. The pay isn't awesome, but it's good to get out of the house and get down there and just be kind of an aspect and a contributor to society. because that's what I do. I am a contributor to society, and I think that there are few that would doubt that I am a contributor to society. I do it here on the local level. I'm very community centric, and I don't have to be 40 hours a week at a restaurant. I can do it maybe a few days a week. Maybe I can do the catering thing occasionally. Maybe I don't even work at a restaurant 2 days a week. Maybe I just continue the catering stuff and send me downtown to the trade shows a couple days a month and work at the wedding events and banquets and shit like that, because that's what I get from this little app that I'm on. Anyway, man, I'm alive. I'm living productively, and sometimes that's all you can say. Finances are tight right now. I've been scouting new roommates, and gosh, that's just a whole story. My roommate situation it's been reasonable. I've had a good roommate, or at least I had a good roommate for about 10 years. And he moved out about 9 months ago. Got a girlfriend, and he settled in with her at a condominium that she has been renting. And so I basically have had a second bedroom that I've needed to fill. I haven't needed to fill it. I've financially, it would be wise for me to fill the room, but I also have enough monthly where I can get by without having a roommate. So I am at a point where like having a roommate would be good. It would financially benefit me. And so I've shopped around a couple roommate people, a couple options. There's a girl that stopped by yesterday, and she was very delightful. And so I'm considering having her move in, and I think that she'd be fine. She actually has a boyfriend, and she lives up in Marietta right now, and whatever, dude. I think that will be fine. But at the same time, I love having the entirety of the home to moi. And I don't deserve to be forced into anything right now. I don't deserve to be relegated to having a roommate. If I want to live independently without, I can. It's like I don't have to jump into a restaurant gig, but I do need to start getting more financial footing. And that's fine. So I'm working on it, and happy to be here on the podcast. I'm good at this. I can set up my station, and we can get a little video dialogue, screen time going on. But yeah, I've been doing just whatever. So that's about it. It's a big party going on out here in the streets all weekend. Right down the road, Piedmont Park, they have the Jazz Fest. And it's interesting. It brings a different dynamic to this neighborhood. You get it at the Jazz Fest, and every year it gets more and more busy. It's fun. It's swarms of people. The neighborhood was just jam-packed with cars. There was no parking out on the street. People's temperaments were really nice, though. Everybody literally just seems to be just out to have a good time. But they come in large numbers, and it's just weekend spectacles. We have those like throughout the summertime. Piedmont Park is a huge draw. It's becoming even more popular these days. Friday to Sunday, holiday Mondays, it is just brim. So when I get out there, I play my guitar, hit up the neighborhood circuit of restaurants, hit up the neighborhood circuit of bars. So that's been the routine here the last 3 days. Gotten some reading in, gotten a little rest, a little R&R in, and all that is very therapeutic and necessary, nurturing for my soul, as it is all of y'all's souls. So let's take the opportunity to reflect upon ourselves and our needs, and that as you get older, you have to take the time to guiltlessly accept the care and the nurture that you need. So I think about that sometimes. Today has been a day where I've had the opportunity just to reflect upon my entitlements, my needs, and everything else. So that's it. Thanks for listening. Be good, and more interesting content on the way. Right on.